Let's go right to the audience. Questions? Don't be shy.
Daniil, Dan Walton, USA Today, congratulations. Can you just describe your approach to the match coming in? It seemed like you were taking a lot of risk on your second serve. What was behind that? I know it's something you've done before against Novak, but just the tactics, kind of talk us through that, please.
Yeah, first of all, we always talk tactics before the match with my coach the day before. Usually it takes 5-10 minutes, some small things, where the guy probably going to serve, what I'm going to do during the points. When it's against Novak, it took probably 30 minutes. Why? Because we played already maybe 7 matches before this one, or maybe even more. And every match was different. Just because he's so good that every match is different. He changes his tactics, he changes his approach. So what was different before Australian Open that I had a clear plan in my mind what I have to do in which moment. And of course it will depend a lot on him because, again, sometimes you have to be aggressive, sometimes defensive. So I had a clear plan which did seem to work. Was he at his best? Maybe not today. He had a lot of pressure. I had a lot of pressure too about the risk on the second serve. It was because of the confidence I had. I knew I cannot give him easy serves because that's what he likes. So there was a plan. And because of the confidence, a lot of tight moments, I managed to do it well.
Daniil, you really did not give him much room for error today, but did you feel at any point that maybe the pressure was starting to wear on him a little bit? Did you feel there was a different Djokovic than you were used to?
Well, again, I did beat him once in straight sets, was in London. And I think tennis is such a brutal sport where there is no room for error when you're playing top guys. I am a top guy, he's a top guy. That London can be the same. I went out of the match in Nito finals and I was like, that was strange, it was easy. And I guess, it's all together. Maybe he had a bad day. If we talk about Australia, I definitely didn't play my best there. But again, probably people are going to say, well, Novak destroyed him or whatever. So it's all about the small details. Again, he was definitely not at his best. We saw him playing better. But the question is, if he would I be able to cope up with him? We can never know now. I'm just happy to win.
We're going to stop for 1 second.
Oh, that's because I was early. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Mark.
Daniil. Mark Berman, New York Post. With the fans cheering in the third set while you're trying to serve with all that noise, what was your mindset? It was definitely unusual.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Cannot say other way. I knew that the only thing I can do is focus. We never know what would happen if it would be 5-all, if I would start to get crazy or whatever. It didn't happen, so again, we cannot talk about it. But I knew I have to focus on myself, on what I have to do to win the match. And I do think it was not against me, it was more for him because, well, they wanted to see their guy winning a calendar Grand Slam. But I definitely made some double faults because of it, and that makes it even more sweet that finally I managed to pass a first serve on the third match point.
Bill Simons, InsideTennis.com. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well done. Obviously, you're a world-class athlete. You've just had this incredible success that just must mean the world to you. But just talk about that in comparison with your just halting this journey to this historic achievement on his part.
Yeah, everything that happens for the first time is special. When I won my first junior tournament, it meant a lot to me. When I won my first future Them, I was happy. And I think when you repeat something, there is a little bit different emotions, unless you make history. Why I say this is that now winning the Masters, I'm super happy. It's a strong achievement. Not many players won the Masters in their career. But the only thing I was thinking after winning another Masters is I need more. I want to try to do more. And you never know if you're going to achieve it in your career. And again, I was always saying, if I don't, I just want to know that I did my best to do it. And so now it's a bit, there's, I don't know if euphoria is the good word, but a lot of happiness because that's my first Grand Slam. I don't know how I'm going to feel if I win a second one or third one, but that's my first one, so I'm really happy. Means a lot to me. Again, after Masters, for example, winning in Canada, I knew I have Cincinnati next to try to prepare well for US Open, so I couldn't even celebrate in a way. Needed to get on the plane and get ready for my first round. Here I know I don't have anything coming in soon future, so I know how to celebrate. Russians know how to celebrate. Hopefully I will not get in the news, or if I get it, it's going to be in a good way, but I'm definitely going to celebrate the next few days.
Okay, Chris?
Daniil, I guess in a sense to have that kind of pressure as you go down the end of a match like that, having never done it before, you said it's your first time and that's a different feeling. How would you compare that experience of those last couple of games, closing it out, to other things in your career?
I definitely had it because, again, talking about first time, so first time I was, second time I was in the final of ATP 250, played against Deminar, crazy match in Sydney against his home crowd. I had 4-0 double break in the third. I had, I think, 5-3-1 break again in the third, and I managed to win it 7-5. It was a hell of a match, a lot of nerves. I want to say I had less today because I have a lot of experience. I know how to cope, how to deal with my feelings. So it's a good thing. I had less pressure than I had sometimes throughout my career, but it was still a lot. And again, it's last game of the match. I started cramping at 5-3. I think because of the pressure at 5-2 where I had match points, I didn't make it. My legs were gone after 5-3. And at 5-4, left leg, I almost couldn't walk. Like if you really look the replay, when I walked to the towel, my leg was just going behind. I was trying not to show it because if Novak feels it, it's not good. And so again, 40-15, that's 2 match points. I was like, come on, go for an ace, just try to make it. I made a huge double fault. Second one was like in the middle of the net. Okay, I have one more, just try to make a first serve. I made it, and I'm really happy.
Okay, Ben?
Daniil, congratulations for Northern New York Times. You're getting closer to the #1 ranking. I'm wondering if that's something that's a next goal of yours, and if it's something you would adjust your schedule in these coming months to try to. You think you're about 1,400 points behind maybe now?
How much I am?
About 1,400. About
1,400.
1,400, yeah.
Well, that's almost. I mean, I have Paris and Nitro ATP finals to defend, and Novak, I don't think he has much to defend. So I think honestly, it's almost impossible. I don't know in the race if I'm far behind Novak, but again, if we talk about schedule, what can I change? There is Indian Wells. There's Paris-Bercy, Turin, and Vienna. Vienna is in the week of St. Petersburg. I'm definitely not going to play it because I probably won't play St. Pete also. But again, I'm not going to, in the week of St. Pete, which is a Russian tournament, I'm not going to play anything else. Let's hope I win Indian Wells, Bercy, and Turin. It's a tough challenge, but again, I'm just happy to win a major. I'm going to do my best in every tournament I play. I'm going to see what I do with the schedule. That's not the first goal in my mind to try to achieve it this year. If I manage to do it one day, it's great.
Okay, we're going to take one more in English in the room, and then we're going online. Matt?
Daniil, Matt Federer with the New York Times. Does it make it sweeter that you beat the #1 player in the world and stopped his quest for the Grand Slam? I know you said you were sorry, but do you really feel sorry?
I do feel sorry for Novak because I cannot imagine what he feels. I don't know this feeling, but it definitely makes it sweeter because, I mean, a Grand Slam is a Grand Slam. I would win it against Botic in the final. Probably I would be same happy. But for the confidence and for my future career, knowing that I beat somebody who was 27-0 in a year in Grand Slams, I lost to him in Australia. He was going for huge history. And knowing that I managed to stop him is definitely makes it sweeter and brings me confidence for what is to come on hard court so far, but let's see about other surfaces.
We're going to go online. Okay. Chris, you're live.
Daniil, congrats. It's Chris Otto with US Open. Great job.
Thanks.
I wonder if you could talk briefly about your feelings about Novak. You said some very kind words to him on the court, and I think you said that for you, he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna repeat it. Probably again, but again, it's there. It's honest what I said. I feel like it can be even in a way a little bit disrespectful to some other guys, which we all know. That's just I had him there behind me again. What I said is not like I would have another player behind me and beat him in the final. I would have not said it. So that's what I think. And yeah, that's all I need to say.
All right, thank you, Chris. Reem, final question. You're live.
Make it a good one.
It's a bit of a silly one. I wanted to know if you were always.
I
gonna
like silly
celebrate.
questions. Say it again.
Were you did you know beforehand that if you won, you were going to celebrate that way? And why did you choose that in particular?
Yeah, I can explain it. When I was running through Wimbledon, because that's not the surface. I like grass, but that I don't feel as fluid as on hard courts. I was pretty confident about my game. So I think it was like one night, you cannot fall asleep for 5-10 minutes. You have some crazy thoughts like every other person. I was like, okay, if I'm going to win Wimbledon, imagine I win it against Novak or whatever. To not celebrate is going to be too boring because I do it all the time. So I need to do something, but I want to make it special. And I like to play FIFA, I like to play PlayStation. It's called a dead fish celebration. And if you want to know your opponent when you play FIFA, many times you're going to do this one. Like you score a goal, you're up 5-0, and you do this one. And yeah, I had talked to the guys in the locker, because they're young guys, they're super chill guys. They play FIFA. And they were like, that's legendary. I mean, everybody who I saw who plays FIFA thinks that's legendary. And that's how I wanted to make it. I wanted to make it legendary for me. Again, it's not because I want to be on the newspaper talking about FIFA celebration or whatever. I don't care. But I wanted to make it special for people to laugh, for my friends to laugh who I play FIFA with. And I knew I'm going to make it. I got hurt a little bit. It's not easy to make it on hard courts. I got hurt a little bit, but I'm happy I made it legendary for myself.